Greetings, graduates, family members, and platform party. First sight I see up here is this is truly awe-inspiring, like Mr. Dockery said before, to see you all out here like that, the sea of white. I wish you could each be up here and looking back on yourselves. It's really quite a sight. Being a small group, obviously, I'm going to be brief on this. We have some inside stories, and we'll be very brief. First of all, Pete, the mic's wireless. Yeah. And the other one is for Rob the Coast. Rob, meow. First of all, congratulations to all the graduates. For each of us today is the start of a new phase of our lives. As we leave here today, we all have decisions that need to be made. Some of them profound, and some not so profound. The problem is most times we don't know when those that are not so profound are right in front of us. Those forks in the road, those turning points in our lives. The decisions you make as a working professional will require a great deal of thought, some with lifelong impact. So the importance of making the right decision becomes greater with each year that passes. Please let me reflect a story that's based on a commercial that I saw on television in the 90s. Picture, if you will, a single-family housing development. And right in the middle of it is a house with a tree that has fallen through it. All of a sudden, everything goes in reverse. The tree stands up, and the lightning strike that caused the tree to fall down takes place. Then it accelerates and continues to go back and back and back. I'm going to put this back here. It keeps going back through decades, through the 80s, the 70s, the 50s, the 30s. And as you see what's going on here, the cars, the vintage of the cars in the driveway change. They're getting older. And the houses get deconstructed down to the foundations, and then the foundations disappear. But at the same time, you saw this tree that fell in this house and caused all this damage getting smaller. And it continues to get smaller until it becomes a sapling. And the sapling gets smaller to the point it becomes a nut on the ground and then becomes a seed. Then the seed comes up out of the ground and lodges itself in a man's mouth. And then he walks backwards across the field, which is now empty. Think about that, how profound that is. It ends with a statement across the screen that says, every action has a consequence. And it's very, very true. In my own personal life, I like to tell a story that happened during my plebe year. I'm a Kings Pointer. Yeah, I knew that was coming. I guess I shouldn't say I'm a fan of the Giants either. My freshman or plebe year at Kings Point, we went out legally imbibing some adult beverages one afternoon. And we came back, and I had a decision to make. It was a long week. I had the decision of whether to take a shower or to go to bed. And I chose to take a shower. So now I'm clean. And again, I have to face another decision, this seemingly insignificant, innocuous decision. Again, whether to go to bed or go to the mixer or the dance being held in the mess hall. And I chose the mess hall. Walking in there, I see two young ladies on the dance floor, on the edge of the dance floor, one 4'11", one 5'6". I see people over here getting red right now. And I had to make another decision, which girl I was going to ask to dance. So I asked the girl who was 4'11" to dance, and I dated her for a year, and married the girl who was 5'6". And I've been told repeatedly over the years, those are the three best decisions I ever made. So you never really know when those special moments are going to present themselves. And when you think about it, essentially, we become the choices that we make. When it is time for us to make some important decisions, at least the ones we have time to think about, we need to understand we are not alone in this world, that there are people who are out there who have faced these decisions and made them. We need to look to those people to help us. They come to us in the form of role models, mentors, and heroes. Role models typically have a profound impact on our lives during the early phases and may not realize their actions are having an effect on others. We may recall a time when Charles Barkley stated in a Nike commercial that he was not a role model. Well, as we all know, someone in that position in society is a role model, whether they want to be or not. More often than not, the role models are found closer to home. For me, growing up, my role models were Mickey Mantle, although I might reassess that now as an adult, and my parents, George and Claire Baker. Mentors are those people that typically take a proactive interest in your life and your career. probing you and pushing you to a higher level. In my professional life, I've had 3 people serve in the role of mentor, each of them contributing largely to the position I am at today. None of them came out and said, "I want to be a mentor for you." It's something that just developed. For some of you, though, it may not be as subtle. Lastly, heroes are those that make you a better person, those that help you make the most of your abilities. Though you most likely will interact with your heroes every day, they may not consciously realize that they serve in that role for you, and that's okay. Although I've had some teachers and coaches in my life who have temporarily served in that role, long term, my heroes have boiled down to my 3 children, Jonathan, Amy, and Sarah, as well as our family's moral compass, my wife, Maura. I have learned so much from them about how to be a father, a husband, a man, and a person. I can't imagine what or who I would be today under different circumstances. As each of you reflect on the role models, mentors, and heroes in each of your lives, especially the younger graduates, keep in mind at some point you will cross a bridge, reversing roles, and you will be the mentor and the role model and the hero. Be prepared for that day. So as we pass through the gates here on Academy Drive today and start the rest of our lives, go forth armed with the knowledge that all decisions are important and that there is help out there in making these decisions. Go, plant the seeds, watch the trees grow and develop into the lives we all dream for ourselves and our loved ones. In closing, I would like to leave you a quote from the philosopher Michael Scott, who said, "May your hats fly as high as your dreams." Congratulations and good luck.
Today we are pleased to receive the first gifts and pledges of the class.